Hello students, welcome to Math Studio. The topic which we are going to discuss today is a very important topic which comes in paper 2 and paper 4 both. It is called functions. So in functions we are going to study three topics. One is function, second is its inverse, and third is composite function. So these are the three parts which we are going to discuss. Let us take any equation which you have studied in linear equation chapter. For example, 2x plus 3. So here this is a linear equation because there is one unknown variable x. So if I write fx is equal to 3 for 2x plus 3, they will say fx, what is f? Function of x for this equation is 3. That means wherever you see x in the equation, you have to substitute x as 3. So they may ask you the question in board exam, say the equation is 2x plus 3, find f of 3 or f of 0 or f of minus 3. So our function is fx is equal to something, but now instead of x they have substituted x as 3, x as 0 and x as minus 3. So to find the values of, because fx is equal to 2x plus 3, if I want to find f of 3, I will substitute x as 3 and solve the equation. So if I start fx is equal to 2x plus 3 and f of 3 is equal to 2 bracket 3 plus 3, 2 3s are 6 plus 3, my answer is 9. So in the same manner, if I substitute f of 0, 2 into 0, 0 plus 3, for this my answer is 3. For minus 3, if I substitute 2 into minus 3, I get minus 6. Minus 6 plus 3 gives me minus 3. So this was the first example in which a simple equation is given and they have given you f of 3. Let us take one more example, g of x. They can use this as any alphabet, don't get confused. 4x minus 9 upon 3, they are asking find g minus 2. So they have given us one equation, g of x is equal to 4x minus 9 upon 3, and I need to now find out the value if x ka function is minus 2. Let us see. 4 minus 2 minus 9 upon 3, that gives me minus 8 minus 9 minus 17 upon 3. You can use your calci and get the exact value. So this is how we use the value given in the bracket instead of x and find the equation. So if you look at your exercise, you will see that majority of the examples are given in the form of f of x, g of x, h of x. Also, one very important point to remember, f of x can also be written as f is to x or f of x. These are the three different ways in which I can express function. So any equation, function of x in that equation, and function of f of 2 or f of 3 or f, they can give you any value. So this is the first part of function. Now let us come to the second part, which we have already learned in checkpoint, that is inverse. Inverse of a function is written as f inverse x. Remember, my dear students, how we write inverse is written as f inverse of x. So they have given me an equation. Let us start. F of x is equal to the same equation, 2x plus 3. Now I need to find out f inverse x. I don't know. They will give you. So once you see this sign, that means you understand they are asking us to find out the inverse. Let us start. How to find f inverse x? We start, let y be equal to, instead of fx now I write y, be equal to 2x plus 3. This is our first step. Second step, swap x and y. So x will come here and y will go here. I will tell you at the end why I did this. First step, let y be equal to 2x plus 3. Second step, swap the alphabets x and y. So x comes on the left hand side and y comes on the right hand side. Now what we do? This was the first step. This was the second step. Third step is to make y the subject. To make y the subject, what we do? We will be taking plus 3 that side. So when I take plus 3 that side, this becomes x minus 3 is equal to 2y. Okay? And now I take 2 this side. So my answer is x minus 3 upon 2 is equal to y. If you look at this, you will come to know y has become x minus 3 upon 2. And then I can write f inverse x is equal to x minus 3 upon 2. This is my answer. Let us check once again with another example. I have got g of x is equal to 4x minus 3 upon 2. I want to find out its inverse. So I start in first step. Let y be equal to 4x minus 3 upon 2. First step. Second step, I swap x and y. So my next step is x is equal to 4y minus 3 upon 2. What I did, second step is very important to understand. In second step, I have just swapped. Now third step, I take 2 this side. So this becomes 2x. And minus 3 also I take this side. So this becomes plus 3. That gives me 4y. So what I did, first step, let y be equal to 4x minus 3 upon 2, original equation. Second equation, I swap x with y. So x which was on the right hand side came to the left hand side and y which was on the left hand side went to right hand side. Now 2 is divided. When division is brought here, it becomes multiplication. When minus is brought the other side of equal to sign, it becomes plus. So I got 2x plus 3 is equal to 4y. I want to make y the subject, still 4 is there. I take 4 this side. 4 was multiplied, it comes here. So I get y is equal to 2x plus 3 upon 4. And instead of y, I will write f inverse x. And this is my inverse answer. So if you look carefully, you'll come to know that how I got this answer. One more example will make this logic more clearer. Let us see. F of x is equal to 12x plus 4 upon 9. I want to find the inverse. First step, always let y be equal to 12x plus 4 upon 9. First step. Second step, I know you have now understood. Swapping x and y, I get x is equal to 12y plus 4 upon 9. Why we do swapping? So that we can make y the subject and we get the inverse directly. So now 9 is divided here, it will come here. It will become 9x plus 4 comes this side, it becomes minus is equal to 12y. And now I want to make y the subject, 12 will go that side. So y is equal to 9x minus 4 upon 12. This is my answer. So I hope, my dear students, you have understood how to find the inverse. Now how questions are going to be asked in board exams. In your paper 2 and paper 4 both, this question comes. Now let us see how the question is. They have given f of x is equal to 12x minus 3 upon 7. Find f inverse phi. Now once I know fx is equal to 12x plus 3 12x minus 3 upon 7, and they are asking us to find the value of f inverse phi. Now instead of x they have given phi, but they have first asked us to find the inverse. So my dear students, never do this mistake of substituting phi initially. If this would have been f of phi, you can substitute here and get this answer. But if it is f of inverse, remember, you will first find the inverse and then substitute phi. Let us see how we get the answer. So first step, let y be equal to 12x minus 3 upon 7. Second step, swapping x and y, I get x is equal to 12y minus 3 upon 7. Next step, 7 comes this side, so it becomes 7x. Minus 3 comes this side, it becomes plus 3 is equal to 12y. Now 12 will go that side, so y is equal to 7x plus 3 upon 12. Again I repeat, 7 was divided, it will go here, multiplied, minus 3 will come this side, plus 3, and 12 which was multiplied, divide. So now I have got my value. F inverse of x is 7x plus 3 upon 12. This is my first part. But they have asked us F inverse of phi. So wherever we have x, I will substitute phi. So 7 phi plus 3 upon 12. So this will give me 7 5s are 35 plus 3 38. So my answer is 38 upon 12. With calci you can get 3 point something. This is how we get the inverse also and also the value. So here I did two things. I found out f inverse of x and also I found out f inverse of phi. This is one of my second part of function, that is inverse. Now we move to the third and the last part of function chapter, that is composite. It is very interesting. I love this part. A very interesting part. Why it is called composite? Composite means together. Means two equations are given. Let us see an example. G of x is given to me as 2x plus 3 and h of x is given to me as 4x, and they are asking find GHX. Look at this question carefully. Initially for function we had one equation, for inverse also we had one equation, but now for composite we may have two or more than two, but if you understand these two you can get the third one also, but in composite they will always ask you only two. So just check, g of x is given as 2x plus 3, I have this information. H of x is 4x, I have this information. They are asking g of x. Here very important to find out is to first circle which alphabet is given first. G is given first. So always write G first. What is G? 2x plus 3. And next alphabet is H. Now what is the value of H? 4x. Look here now. This is where the main understanding is required. In G equation, I have to merge H. But where I will merge? Just check out in G equation, where is x? This x will be replaced by 4x. That is the meaning of